He's always been that way, so I find that if you just really...
Mr. Shyamalan, I love your movies. I've seen every single one of them. Like in The Sixth Sense, when the woman runs by the bathroom really fast when he's going to the bathroom, and she goes into the kitchen, she's opening up all the cupboards, or that kid who throws up, and then the Village, when, first of all, I love everyone's shoes in the Village, but they're running down the hall, they're running...
My life is about finding time to dream. That's why my card is American Express. Table for one?
Sure. So you watch The Village and you're like, wait a minute, this is actually a pretty bad movie. Yeah, this is a bad movie. I mean, the whole thing is just so boring and stupid and pointless. It's just the worst thing to have to sit through. It's like nothing's happening. It's like I'm not watching anything. Nothing's happening. It's like I might as well just have my face against a wall for an hour and 49 minutes. It's weird that we find out that it was actually people dressing up as these creatures, but somehow they were able to make these weird creature noises and they were all very talented at it too. I mean, even the mentally handicapped character made some sick noises. And what's up with their motive? Like, the oldest people in the village are just dressing up and pretending to be monsters so that the young people don't go outside because apparently the world is a cruel and heartless place. But what's their long-term plan? I mean, like, when they're dead, aren't there gonna be a lot less monsters? Are they going to try and convince their children and say like, oh yeah, actually there's like technology and everything, but we sheltered you from it. Oh yeah, we also illegally live in a wildlife preserve. Overall rating, complete waste of time.
Well, I mean, it's a movie that does not follow rules, the conventions of storytelling, because if you learn, I know how to make movies in the system, you know what I mean? I know what's asked from others, I know what's asked of me, and that can become constricting to the point that, I want to lean towards originality more, and originality requires breaking rules, and this movie is all, I basically said I'm willing to break any rule, anything that makes the movie safe and says, okay, the good guy does this, and this is what happens at this part of the movie, and audiences need this kind of thing at this point. I was willing to throw all that out and just do whatever the imagination wanted, kind of free form, and see if faith in storytelling can bring this to a conclusion in a way that would be thrilling.
So you watch Lady in the Water and you're like, really? Really? At least it can't get much worse than this. Okay, M. Night, I appreciate that you tried to tell an unconventional story, but you still fucked it up. And it's not like you can't tell an unconventional story and make a good movie at the same time. I mean, Burn After Reading is a good example, and if you really wanted to break the rules of conventional filmmaking, you could make something like The Holy Mountain. I've got a good idea for an unconventional story. How about at the end it turns out that the lady was just crazy and that everything they were doing was complete bullshit, and then M. Night stabs her in the throat and then fucks her throat hole. One of the characters is a critic, who we're all supposed to hate, because apparently criticism is bad. But the biggest problem with this movie is that it's honestly just a clusterfuck. The only things we're supposed to care about are things that we're told to care about. It's just nonsense. It's just bullshit. And if vilifying the critic in the movie wasn't bad enough, M. Night casts himself as the chosen one. A writer whose works will change the world even though it is not yet understood in his present time. Does this mean he's trolling? Does this mean that he's been trolling since The Sixth Sense and he just decided, you know what, I'm gonna go downhill? Maybe he'll pull a Jean-Claude Van Damme effect where he'll make a bunch of shit in a row and then something that's not shit and then people will go batshit. Anyway, M. Night kills off the critic because he doesn't like critics.
This is where I turn to run. You will leap for me, I will shut the door, and you will land a fraction of a second too late.
Really? You just had a point of view shot from the creature that was sped up in order to make it look like it was moving fast. But it was obvious that the film was sped up. You know who else has done that? Uwe Boll. Overall rating? Why?
What's the difference between me and you? You talk a good one, but you don't do what you're supposed to do. I act on what I feel when I'm there with emotions. I'm used to living